Hello there, everyone. My name is Jerk, and welcome to the big show, Weekend Edition. That's right, a freaking weekend episode, which we haven't done in a long time. But it's a holiday week here in the U.S., and I can't remember exactly what the holiday is all about other than ordering Indian food. So, with a few days free, I started grinding ranks in Battlefield, but then there was a gentle rapping at the studio door, and upon opening it, I was asked if I could sit down for a little one-on-one, and so I put on my favorite cardigan and dress sweatpants and sat down for a follow-up interview with today's guest. So please, put your hands together and let's give a big show welcome to the legendary tier, a Russian heavy cruiser. Give it up for Stalingrad. Yep, Stalingrad is back in the house, and since this is the weekend, we're going to do this all relaxed like. See, I really have been grinding out the ranks in Battlefield, but last night I kind of went out on the town, and let's just say when I had gotten home, my dark passenger was in charge and started playing Wowzels. And there's a reason I don't let myself play the game after libations, and that's because I start to sound like someone else. Let's just say I composed a message to a player on my team suggesting they do something with something to themselves, but thank heavens their settings didn't allow me to send them that message, so still in the Wowzel CC program. But then this morning, I still had that itch. The itch only Russian AP can scratch, and so I've just been jumping back and forth between Riga and Stalingrad, and for me, at least right now, those are the two most enjoyable ships in the game. Anyway, back to this game. Let's see the old commander and modules up on the big screen. Hey, it's the same as before, but just with Lightful now at 16 Legendary 3. So why do I like these boats so much? Well, it's for the same reason I like the Kleber. They reliably punish bad play by the red team. Now, speaking of Kleber, yes, it was good. I completely agree. But the nerf it received, I do not agree with. And it's not that you can't make it work, you can, but they could have raised its minimum detection range and given it another main battery reload booster if they wanted people to play it like a gunboat, or they could have kept it the same and added 30 seconds onto the torpedo reload, but to keep it all the same and just lower its torpedo range? Lazy. And I know I sure barely see them anymore. But that has driven me into Stalin's Embrace, because it does the same thing. Punishes misplays. Do we have a montage? Roll the montage. Now, there's nothing inherent in these clips that the Stalingrad is doing that you couldn't do in any battleship or most cruisers, but the thing that you get with Stalingrad is consistency. Yes, there is a poor roll sometimes where your shells don't converge into a single point, but by and large, the majority of them do. Unlike any other ship, how many times have you shot at a broadside ship with your battleship to only get one citadel? But look at Stalingrad. Even blind firing without a target locked, we hit a triple citadel there. Now, because of its penetration at range, you're still hitting what you aim for, even if you're not hitting the citadel of a Yamato at 20 kilometers. And then there's the issue that sometimes you don't get to shoot at battleships. You just have to shoot at the spotted destroyer. And I've been thinking about it. You know, the Alaska got its heal rate increased. It's got the better penetration values. And yet, Stalingrad still doesn't get the HE. And you know what? I think I'm still okay with that. If I look at it objectively, if this ship were to have the HE shells, oh man, I don't think the legendary tier population could handle it. I mean, it can barely handle the ship right now. So this Odin has pushed forward, and thanks to my friendly Richelieu not being where I am, the Odin has to choose who to angle towards, and thanks to my improved penetration angles, that's a lose-lose proposition. And you know what? You can just throw in another lose in there. It's a lose-lose-lose proposition because while they're looking at me, our destroyer is going to torp them. And speaking of destroyers, I've got to say the red destroyers over here are acting rather questionably even for the weekend. And it's true, I don't have HE on this ship, but that doesn't mean that with this accuracy that overpins won't add up. Each overpin with this setup that I have is 935 damage, which means a potential salvo of all 9 shells hitting and overpinning is 8,415. And when your accuracy is as reliable as this ship, it's definitely not something you want to get hit by even as a destroyer. Check out this shot. We're going to hit, I believe, 4 for 3,740 damage. Yeah, I don't know what these players are thinking. Anyway, they're going to try and get themselves to safety. I guess they're just going after the Richelieu right there. And I'm expecting that they probably sent a rack out towards me. So I'm moving forward, and I'm going to clear out the Shimakaze right now for our second ship sunk. But you can also see how I'm using RPF and this island to keep myself separated from that gearing. So if the gearing wants to torp me, they're going to have to go around to the left and drop torps, or come around right in front of me and try and do it to my face, bro. So I am going to angle back into this island and prepare to see where my RPF goes so I know what exactly this gearing is trying to do. And I've mentioned it before, there is just something about destroyer players who think, I need to sail right in front of a ship's guns and try and torp them from the front. Unfortunately for this gearing, is they don't have their torps ready right now. They're also shooting me with AP. Okay, let me know how that works out for you. Hey, whoa, check it out. The Shimakaze behind me is shooting at the gearing. And I was trying to see here, I was like, wait, what's the rule with overpins? Because I know I can get full pins with the Talon, but I think it's anything over 283 millimeters automatically overpins destroyers. So I don't think I can actually get full pins on the gearing anyway. I wonder if I can on the Khabarovsk. Oh well, let's just go ahead and radar this guy and shoot them once more. They're probably dropping a set of torps for me right now, so I'm going to immediately turn to the right, and we're going to go ahead and let our destroyer player wrap up that gearing. And at this point, I was like, well, this is turning into a pretty good game. How can I turn this into a Kraken? Because I'd like to show a weekend game today. Oh, look, there they go. There's the torpedoes. So, since I'm sitting on 2 kills, that means, well, sorry, 2 secures. That means I'm going to need to secure these last 3 ships. I am joking when I say that I will be yoinking them. It just happens to be how the cookie crumbles this time. But also, to a certain degree, my teammates are allowing this to happen. Look at the top of our base. That is a friendly Yamato in full reverse. And while I generally despise when players do that, it is giving me the added benefit of setting up a Crossfire. Our Richelieu is right up in their grill in the middle, so there really isn't too good of a spot for me, so I am just going to try and use the same angle as the Richelieu and hope that the red team angles for the Yamato up north. Birds of a feather flock together, and the red team pushed up in unison into one square, and now they have collectively thrown it in reverse to try and... oh, I don't know. Their positioning has already made this match a loss for them. So they screwed themselves 5 minutes ago when they didn't spread out. We did pick up our 3rd ship there. And now, since I'm getting to this point, I can separate from the Richelieu just a little bit, who is also reversing. I can get on the south side of this island. And now we're going to have 3 different angles that these ships have to angle against as our Yamato up north continues to reverse. I don't know. It's really only a matter of time, right? They have to do something. Okay, the Iowa's shooting at me, but with my improved penetration angles, I can continue to just aim up high into the Iowa and steam forward like this. I'm trying to bait the Yamato into coming forward because their angle, I could overmatch their cheek right now, but they too are still in reverse, so I am just going to get right up here on the edge of this island to protect myself from the Yamato as we just whittle down this Iowa. But actually, it looks like the Iowa is now coming forward, and I think this is just like somebody bowing their head in submission. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, the Iowa was shooting me in the bow, so maybe the Iowa doesn't know that you cannot give Stalingrad this angle. Or, bonk. No more Iowa. Yep, the improved penetration angles right there are going to get us that Citadel shot and our 4th ship sunk. So just bouncing off the island right now to try and get around here. I see our destroyer is still trying to successfully connect a torp on something, but this is, okay, this one's going to be a little bit of a yoink. This I admit. So I'm going to go ahead and push forward here, and I'm going to try and catch the Yamato in the cheek, but they are giving me the right angle here, so I am not going to be able to connect on this first salvo. You're going to see right there, this one actually had maybe, I don't know what the chance would be. Not high enough, because I don't get a single one. They all ricochet there. But at this point, I'm just going to steam forward because they're going to either have to shoot me or they're going to get sunk by somebody else. And check out this salvo. These are all going to bounce too, and look at how low their health is. I was like, I should have just shot the superstructure right there, but I was just testing things for science. Okay, so how come they aren't dead? How come they aren't taking any damage? Well, you know what? I don't really care, because they aren't going to be able to angle against this one, and we are going to be able to pick up Kraken 338 in the Stalingrad. Alrighty, let's see this weekend scoreboard. 2,854 XP for a good game. Not too bad considering this wasn't domination and ooh. Well, the Red Yamato and Alaska had all right games, and we'll just toss a doily over this one for everyone else. And that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you are ready for this channel to become a Russian heavies only channel, then give this video a like. If you want it to become a Japanese torpedo boat only channel, give it a dislike. Questions, comments, tales of how the Stalingrad and Riga aren't even that good, leave it down below. And oh right, we've got new boats next week, so if you want to be sure and see what those are all about, then hit the Citadel of the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, folks. I will get back out there for another one soon, and we will talk